Support for Cinema Classics comes from Film Columbus, enriching our community to make Columbus a destination for film education, exhibition, and production. Learn more at filmcolumbus.com. Cinema Classics is produced by John DeSando and Johnny DiLoretto. Listen to shows every Thursday at 8:01 p.m. and full shows online at WCBE.org. I'm Johnny DiLoretto. No John DeSando today, but joined by an even handsomer, more dashing John D.
Well,
You're welcome. Film Columbus's John Daugherty.
Thank you very much.
Look, we've spared no expense for your appearance here today. You see this? Look at this.
I love it.
Look at this logo right here.
Zoom in.
Zoom in. It's from such a low resolution file. It's like it's from a thumbnail. Like John probably
a GIF.
Yeah, a GIF. He took it off of Google image search. The lowest quality.
The first thing that popped up.
The first thing that popped up was probably like a thumbnail for you used in a program or something.
Didn't even go past the first one. Just like, I'm grabbing that
No,
one.
that's it. I'm going to use that one.
I ain't worrying about this, even though he is a warrior.
So, I mean, can Film Columbus help us, I guess, is question number one.
I can try. But no, thank you very much for having me. It's great to be here in the presence of all the John D's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 Ds.
Yep.
Yeah. So, we wanted to talk about animation.
Yes.
Because, well, I've known for years that ACAD was like this great, cranking out all these animators for like Pixar and DreamWorks. And is that still true?
Yeah, so ACAD over at Ohio State, they've been doing that for years. You'd be surprised, it's just like in the movie industry in general, how many people come out of Ohio State and Central Ohio, and Ohio in general, that are in the film industry. And Mr. DeSando can attest to that with his son. But they're really cranking out some really, really talented kids in the animation world. And CCAD has their new animation program and their new animation studio over there. So it's exciting. We've been talking about animation at the Film Commission for about a year and a half now, and how it could be a really positive, big economic driver and get people working. We sat down with Mayor Coleman a few months ago, and he asked myself and Chris Hamill, who was in the meeting with me, he asked us where the animation capital of the country or of the world is, and we had to sit there and think. When somebody asks you that about production and film production, it's like, L.A., Georgia, New York.
One would just assume that the animation hub would be L.A.
It's not really. I mean, we thought about it for a second. Maybe it's Silicon Valley. There are some companies up in Connecticut. Montreal has a big scene in Vancouver. But Mike Coleman at that point said, well, there's your opportunity to plant a flag. It's like, plant a flag. Let's make Columbus a really a big part of the animation scene for the world, really. So
how do we do that?
I think, well, we continue.
Hold on, John. Will you get closer? Yeah. I'm just afraid you're going to be out of frame. Yeah. Okay, you're good.
How do we do that? That was your last question, right?
Yeah. How do we plant the flag?
Well, I think we just continue to support the animation programs at OSU and at CCAD. Again, that CCAD has their new animation program and their new animation studio coming up, and they just announced, not they, but Ohio Film Group just announced last week that they are working on an animated feature with director...
John, would you re-say that for 2 weeks ago?
For sure.
Okay,
that's right. They just announced, let's do that again, they were just able to announce a couple weeks ago that they are working on an animated feature with Teddy Newton. Teddy Newton's an Oscar-nominated animated director, animation director. And it's a big project. I'm not allowed to say the budget, but they've been qualified for the How Much Picture Tax
Don't tell me what the budget is. Just tell me how much money they plan on spending to make it.
A lot.
Okay.
So, and it's going to be made here and in, I think, in Canada. I don't know, Vancouver or Montreal. But it's going to put a lot of people to work here in Columbus. And it also, it just shows that there's going to be opportunity coming up for animation and animation programs and kids that are coming out of the animation programs in these
Right.
schools.
So they can stay. That would be the goal, right? Not to just teach them how to be great animators and then they just leave.
Yeah.
To teach them and then have them stay here and produce film.
Yeah, we've talked about that for a long time.
Was it lightning? Was there just what was that? Did you see
Probably.
that? Was that
Lightning and
I don't know what that
snow
was.
outside. But yes, so we've talked about the brain drain for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And for many years in the city, and that's a way to alleviate that in this area. So we think animation has a real opportunity in Columbus to make a big splash, for us to plant a flag, and to get people working, keep people working, and grow the industry. And then in turn, that grows the film industry as a whole, which is what we're all about.
Yeah.
What the Film Commission strives to do.
So with this new Ohio-grown film production, I'm assuming we'll learn more about it in the weeks to come.
Yeah, so obviously they've been working on it for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get it off the ground and get it running. But I just talked to Len Hartman the other day at Ohio Film Group, and they're neck deep in it already. So he's excited about it. We're gonna have a few other announcements coming up soon, some more details, and of course as it gets closer to release, I'm sure that's gonna be a while away. But
So
you know,
when we have more information, you'll come back, tell us
Absolutely.
more about it. One more question.
Yeah.
More importantly, where do you shop? Where do you shop?
Where do I shop?
Where do you get your sartorial? You maintain this sartorial perfection. Where do you go? Is it online?
It's mostly online.
Is
yes.
it? Is it?
Yeah.
What's the website you use?
Bluefly.com.
Bluefly.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. I've heard of Bluefly. There you go. Planting the flag of animation and
You're making me
sartorial
sweat.
expertise.